Let's make a comparison between Kazakhstan and North Asia.
The area is 2.72 million square kilometers for Kazakhstan and 13.1 million for North Asia. In terms of population, Kazakhstan has 20.26 million people, while North Asia has 37.9 million. This results in a population density of 7.44 people per square kilometer for Kazakhstan, compared to 2.9 for North Asia. Looking at the economy, the nominal GDP is $297 billion for Kazakhstan and $620 billion for North Asia. For nominal GDP per capita, the figures are $14,778 and $16,358, respectively. In terms of purchasing power parity, PPP, Kazakhstan's GDP is $693 billion versus $1.32 trillion for North Asia. The GDP per capita for PPP is $34,534 for Kazakhstan and $34,828 for North Asia. The most spoken languages are Kazakh, with 14 million speakers, and Russian, with 28 million. For the most followed religions, Islam has 14 million followers, and Christianity has 25 million. Now, for some geographical and infrastructural comparisons. The longest river is the Irtysh River at 4,248 kilometers, versus the Yenisei River at 5,553 kilometers. The longest bridge is the BTMA Reservoir Bridge at 1.3 kilometers, compared to the Zavodskoy Bridge at 2.07 kilometers. The most populated city is Almaty with 2.06 million people, while Novosibirsk has 1.63 million. Internet users number 18.7 million in Kazakhstan and 31 million in North Asia. The tallest structure is the GRES-2 power station at 420 meters, against the ISET tower at 213 meters. The biggest stadium is the Astana Arena, seating 30,244, compared to the Ekaterinburg Arena, which seats 23,696. The tallest statue is the Baytarek Monument at 23 meters, while Christ the Teacher stands at 80 meters. The tallest mountain is Kontingri Peak at 6,955 meters, versus Goroklyachevskaya at 5,553 meters. The largest lake is Lake Balkhash at 19,000 square kilometers, and Lake Baikal at 31,500 square kilometers. For coastline, Kazakhstan has 0 kilometers, and North Asia has 33,453 kilometers. Finally, the Human Development Index, HDI, is 0.802, very high, for Kazakhstan and 0.820, very high, for North Asia. The most populated subdivision is the Almaty region with 2.2 million people, against the Sverdlovsk Oblast with 4.3 million. The largest subdivision is the Aktobe region at 300,629 square kilometers, compared to the Sakha Republic at 3.1 million square kilometers. The highest GDP subdivision is the Almaty region at $68 billion, versus the Kemerovo Autonomous Okrug at $64 billion. The highest density subdivision is the Almaty region with 3,148 people per square kilometer, compared to 38.22 people per square kilometer. For vital statistics, the fertility rate is 2.96 in Kazakhstan and 1.41 in North Asia. The birth rate is 17.2 compared to 11.2. The death rate is 6.8 versus 12.7. The number of hospital beds per 1,000 people is 7.96 and 7.2, respectively.